Hello everyone, this is Gavin, and welcome back to my Baldur's Gate Trilogy. In this episode, I think you'll finally see me finish up Diarnai's Hold, with the exception of a few things, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. These little random encounters are much better than you would anticipate, because as you can see right there, I just got 3 scrolls, one of which is a level 4 and 2 of them are level 5 spells, I think. Or it's either that or one is a level 3, one's a level 4, one's a level 5. In which case, I mean, if you add that up, you're getting, what is that, 12,000 XP as a mage from each one of those, in addition to everything else that you get. And yes, money is valuable and important, but you get to a certain point where you have everything you will ever possibly need, so experience becomes king.
I hope this is worth it.
And that's a good tip even if you're playing as a party. Always remember to be erasing and rememorizing scrolls with your mages, whoever they might be. Even if they're scrolls you think you'll never use, hell, you can memorize them, then immediately delete them. But it's just free experience.
Time is up for you, my friend.
So you notice just from opening that gate you get close to 30,000 experience. I always forgot to do that back in the day, and it's a big mistake to forget to do that.
Let's do this quick and painless.
I was a little bit annoyed that the guards got the kills on both of those trolls, but they're only worth 1,400 experience, whereas the Yuan-Ti is worth 5,000. So we got the Yuan-Ti, which was a good thing.
Eddie, citizen.
I always thought giant trolls were kind of bullshit because they only give you that 1,400 experience, same as any other troll, and they're much stronger. I didn't mention it, but I killed those dogs out there for their dog meat. You can brew a potion or a stew that will lure the Umberhulks out of the way later on in the Diarnai's Hold. Additionally, the reason I do it, not necessarily to lure the Umberhulks, but I do it because you get experience for doing it. So this fight can go badly if you're not prepared for it. But I got quite lucky. All the trolls aggroed one at a time, or I guess these were 2 at a time, but they're really not an issue.
Time is up for you, my friend. Still
So annoyingly enough, I got hit with a spell or my protections ran out or something like that, and I got dominated,
Yeah.
both literally and metaphorically. Those goddamn charm spells are an instant loss if you're playing as a solo character. Just so frustrating. I've been struggling with it a little bit now that I'm a mage without my fighter levels, so I lose that berserk, which allows you to resist it. Um, so I've been having to fight the vampire in random events, and you'll see it in one of my videos. I get shit on by one group of vampires several times.
Hold still. Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, I do want Shadow Door eventually. It's a good spell. It's especially if you aren't using the Robe of Vecna. The only downside to it is that it's a level 5 spell, and your level 5 is like your most valuable spell level, with the possible exception of level 3,
Yeah.
just because there are so many good spells that are in that same slot. Cloud Kill, Animate Dead, Breach, Lower Resistance. I think those are the notable ones. So if you can put your defensive spells on something other than level 5, then that's ideal.
Disturb my duties.
Oh, 'tis like a nightmare. Yet more hooligans tracking the filth through the halls.
So here you're going to see the Staff Spear start to outstay its welcome. And that's for a couple reasons, both of which will be highlighted in this room. For one, it's not a +3 weapon, so I can't hit that Iron Golem with it. And for two, it does piercing damage rather than blunt, so I can't kill that Clay Golem with it either.
I hope this is worth it.
So that Staff Spear is a pretty good find. Like I said before, I didn't know that you could get that out of the new and improved Chateau Arenicus, because I'd always just used Jasper St. Baird to skip it. It's particularly handy if you're dual classing at level 9, because like another guy said, the one that advised me to dual class at 13, if you duel at 9 and you've gone through Baldur's Gate 1, you will be dual classing in Chateau Arenicus or immediately afterwards. And if you use Jasper St. Baird, you don't have to fight anybody. You can level up to level 9 and then dual class. Memorize all the spells that you get out of the Chateau Arenicus that get dropped on the ground from Jasper St. Baird. And then you can go do the cutscene and get another 35,000 or so quest experience just from watching the cutscene where Imoen gets taken. And I had completely forgotten that this guy gives you a suit of full playmail, so I guess I didn't have to go and fight those guys in the Den of the Seven Veils. But it's done, and now we know. You'll also notice that I shut that door. That's because Glacis Glycus, however you say his name is, he often runs away from you. He gets scared and runs off, and it's really annoying to chase him all around the world. I've even had him despawn or glitch out and disappear, and then you can't finish your Flail of Ages. So I made sure to shut that door so he couldn't run off. It ended up being a non-issue, but it's good practice to do so. You'll also notice that I was able to take that flail piece without taking the aggro from the golems. That will happen even if the rest of the golems are there. Only things that take their aggro is taking those 3 weapons: the Elven Courtbow, the Frost Reaver axe, and that Warhammer that's good against giants. One thing to note is if you're at this point in the game and you don't have a +3 weapon, if you have a character that can use Warhammers, that Warhammer is capable of hitting that Iron Golem because it is good against giants or something to do with it, but it counts as a +4 weapon. Versus that Iron Golem, at least. So you saw me do the dog meat thing right there. That's 11,500 XP for doing, nothing. And then there's another 22,000 for making the Flail of Ages. So when I first looked at the Flail of Ages when I was younger, I was like, well, it's cool that you can slow them, but I didn't realize what slow actually did. Slow lowers your enemy's number of attacks per round by 1 and gives them a -4 penalty to their armor class, and I think maybe even their Thaco. But for sure it gives them a -4 penalty to their armor class. So it lowers their damage output, makes them easier to hit. It's just a fantastic item. Additionally, it can hit through Stone Skin because it does elemental damage. I don't think there's really any debate. It is, bar none, the best weapon in the game. Or at the very least, the most versatile. Because it's a blunt weapon, it can hit clay golems. It does that elemental, like I said, so it's good against spellcasters. It does the slow effect even on enemies it can't hit 33% of the time, so as a fighter you're going to be proccing it at least once a round. Or you can reasonably expect to do so. But I chose not to go with it for this playthrough just because I've done that many times before. Just because it is a great weapon, it's a great choice. And before you get it, you can use the sleeper flail, which you get from Bernard and the Copper Coronet after you do Hendak's quest. It has a chance to put an enemy to sleep or to paralyze them. I forgot what status effect it is, but it ends up amounting to the same thing. And you'll notice that I fought these Umber Hulks in the doorway, and that means that only 2 can attack me at any one time. It's just good practice to limit the number of incoming attacks whenever possible. Now if the Umber Hulks were still alive, I would have gotten experience for putting the stew into there, but it would have forced me to use an invisibility potion, which I don't even know if I have at the moment. Because I don't have Hide in Shadows or any invisibility spells. I wasn't able to kill that assassin before he ran off in the Den of the Seven Veils.
Yeah. It must be done. I smell you. I do. You crack.
So I moved up a tiny bit too far, so I aggroed the Giant Troll and Torgal. I kind of wanted to fight the giant troll by itself before I aggro Torgon. Man, when you do two-handed weapon style, you do so much damage per attack, and you can see my attacks, even with my lowered strength, I'm doing like 26 damage per attack, stuff like that.
Still.
I still don't think doing two-handed weapon style is more optimal than doing two-weapon style, just because there are so many good offhand weapons that give you bonuses, like the Crom Fair, all the ones that give you extra attacks per round. I've talked about this ad nauseum. Even Sword and Board is quite good because you get all those bonuses from strength, the same as you would with two-weapon style. And there are some really great shields, particularly if you're a solo character. The Shield of Harmony is extremely valuable. Because for anyone but a Berserker, all that crowd control stuff, the domination and hold spells in particular, are just an exercise in frustration. So the Shield of Harmony just cuts out on a lot of the rage-inducing parts of this game when you're soloing.
It's probably best left to me.
Although I don't think I got it in this playthrough, or if I did, I've sold it and I don't remember it. Because ordinarily I go through and do the genie quest in Trade Meet properly, but in this playthrough I actually attack the genie and get his lamp.
Not a concern.
Just to try something new. So I might have fucked it, but I don't know. I guess the video will tell.
I'll see.
And you'll notice that I didn't go and turn in the DR9's quest hold, or yeah, the quest to Nalia. That is on purpose, because I want to save that experience for when I'm a mage. And to be honest, I wish I would have saved more things for when I was a mage, because I'm having trouble, a little bit of trouble. And I'm at the point where there's some fairly difficult quests, and those are really the only ones left. Maybe I'm just being a baby.
Yeah.
So that guy hauled ass faster than anyone. That cracked me up. I was not expecting him to haul balls. And then he instantly kills me with like a Dominator of Flesh to Stone or something like that.
Scream for mercy. I hope this is worth it.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was. Flesh to Stone. I just saw him cast it on someone else.
Yeah. up to you, my friend. Let's do this quick and painful. Hold still. Yeah.
And depending on the area of the game that I'm in, you'll see me change my target priority. If we're in an area where the small enemies can hit me on anything other than a 19 or a 20, I'm going to target the small enemies first so I can kill them and lower the enemy mobs damage per second. And if I'm in an area where I don't think that the secondary guys are going to be nearly as much of a problem as the main, then I'm going to obviously focus the big guy first.
I carry too much as it is. Your items
Oh, so I did get the Shield of Harmony. I honestly wish I would have saved this quest for later as well. So I didn't see how much experience it gave me, but I'm sure it's a significant amount.
if it must be done.
As long as you're not the tax.
So for some reason that merchant hasn't updated, and he's still mad at me. Maybe he'll only sell you his stuff after you turn in the trade meat stuff.
I got some strong dwarven ale.
No, because that's not true, because I actually do talk to him later and buy stuff from him. So there must just be a glitch. So like I said before, that Shield of Harmony will save you a lot of headache. I can't wait to get my bag of holding so I can drop this gem bag. I really don't like having a gem bag in my inventory.
Why Moradin's hammer?
So if I ever forget where that Flail of Ages is, and I want it later, remind me that I stashed it there.
It's probably best left to me.
It would be good for you to watch your actions while in this wood.
Time is up for you, my friend.
So you've probably noticed occasionally I highlight something with my mouse, like a dialogue option, and then I don't end up choosing that. I do all of my dialogue through, well, almost all my dialogue through the hotkeys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I wish there was an easier way to show what I had said, but I really don't think it makes a difference because this playthrough is not focusing on the dialogue at all. I'm considering putting up another video or another playthrough, maybe of the trilogy, maybe of just Baldur's Gate 2, actually using a party, like actually going through with some of the the secondary quests, and having maybe not a full 6-man group, but a certain amount of them. There's a few characters I never ever use that I think would be fun. Like for instance, I've never used Hexat because she's new. I've never used Dorn. I think he could be cool. I don't ever use Edwin or Viconia because I generally play good aligned characters. So we're nearing the end of the video. Either in this one or the next one, we go through this troll cave, clear it out, and then we go on and finish up the trade meet stuff. So stay tuned. I hope you're enjoying. Of course, as always, give me feedback about what I can do to improve and make it more enjoyable. And yeah, thanks again for watching.